My name is Anthony Granados. I grew up in Monterey Park and at certain times Alhambra and San Gabriel. Went to school in San Gabriel, went to high school in Santa Fe Springs, and just pretty much did what a lot of other kids did. Played a lot of sports, East Alhambra Little League at Almanzar Park, played baseball and football, played golf at Almanzar Golf Course growing up there, and did a lot of things all around the community. I came from a family of five. I have three older sisters, actually family of six now. So my favorite spot was Almanzar Park because my dad used to coach me in Little League. I made a lot of different friends there. I love grammar school and I still talk to I still talk to guys I grew up with since grammar school, but also the park was just a lot of different kids, all right? It wasn't private school kids or Catholic school kids or anything like that. It was just a lot of different kids. Yeah. And I got to meet a lot of different personalities, was friends with pretty much everybody. Yeah. And that kind of made me grow as a person. Yeah. And I just knew I was pretty good at making friends. When I was growing up, I looked at my dad's work ethic. My dad worked pretty much 24/7. And it was just part of our culture. He had a big family, and he had to do what he had to do to make it happen. And I learned a lot from that. And I saw like my dad as my hero. I was the baby of the family for quite some time. My mom took care of me, spoiled me a little bit too much, but it was happy times. You know, every family has their trials. We're all still here, thank God. And not just from my parents, I learned a lot from my older siblings, which I have three sisters, one older brother and now a younger brother. And it was just kind of combined family values that made me grow. And in terms of that directing me to where I wanted to be, yeah, it actually did, because my sisters kind of helped pave the path for me since when my parents weren't there, right? So growing up, again, I had a lot of friends in different communities, in different avenues of life. Some of them were in music, some of them were in sports, some of them DJ'd, right? So those are the things that I was kind of all around. And we were a great community of friends and did a lot of different things. And then I learned a lot of things from my family, right? My family were going to college. My other family were looking to be tradesmen and things like that. So just a lot of different things that I really found out about, but I wasn't sure where life was going to lead me at. Mainly my parents. My parents, my dad's a hard worker. My mom is very funny and a great personality, and both of them combined, I mean, I'm literally that. Sometimes I'm a little bit more stern when it comes to taking care of my kids now, right? Like my dad. And sometimes I'm extremely funny and like to watch movies like my mom. It was a great household. And like I said, you know, every family has their ups and downs, but we all have made it this far. You know what I mean? I feel that I am lucky because I still have my parents. I still have my siblings. And we're still going through life. Now, again, whether the trials and tribulations of life, you know, get in the way, we've been a strong enough family to overcome those. It's very difficult for someone to get me down. I look at the positive things of life. I wake up, I pray, I thank God for today. And everybody who I cross paths with, you know, maybe it's something meant to be. And I bring that from my personal life to my business. In working with the team, I try to project that energy. And that way, maybe if somebody's not having a good day, maybe I can make them laugh or something. So I worked for Alhambra School District for 16 years, actually a little bit more than 16 years. It was a decent job, great benefits, all that good stuff, right? Everybody, you know, growing up, you got to get a good job with great benefits and blah, blah, blah. And I did that for quite some time. And I met a beautiful young lady through that job, and we ended up having a family. And unfortunately, I hit the ceiling in that particular job, but I had some other opportunities with the Boys and Girls Club of Los Angeles, and was starting to do different things there, like the silent auctions. Coach Golf was helping with athletics in the Boys and Girls Club, and that was located in Boyle Heights, where something great happened there. I actually learned a lot from that particular job. And the opportunity came from a family friend that presented me this particular idea. When I started with the Boys and Girls Club, I was actually still working for the school district. And the unfortunate part was I wasn't spending enough time with my family. So after the school district, I go straight to the Boys and Girls Club, and I would get out late, and I just had my third child, and I wasn't being able to see her, right? But great things were happening. I was developing. I was learning different things about myself that I really didn't challenge myself before about. I started a golf program, and I had over 100 kids from Boyle Heights playing golf. And it was a pretty successful program, along with the rest of the Boyle Heights Boys and Girls Club. And the most important part, what I saw was when I started doing those things and helping others and actually really putting myself in the thick of it with developing these kids, not just with golf or with another sport, but through how I am, like you mentioned, through personality, through hard work, through building relationships. It actually rubbed off on a lot of kids. Kids were like, Coach Anthony, tell me how you do this and tell me how you do that. Yeah. And not only that, I was actually making good golfers out of them. Yeah. And for kids that, unfortunately that area is not so well off, and to take them to the golf course in any way I could, in the Boys and Girls Club band, it was pretty interesting. They came out and they learned a lot of great things through golf, right? There's the etiquette, right? How to treat others, sportsmanship. All those things that I learned growing up, I installed in them. And I saw them not only develop as good golfers, but also great young men and women. So after all that, the unfortunate part was I wasn't spending enough time with my family. That was the tipping point, because I was able to take my sons to the Boys and Girls Club. They go play basketball and spend a little time with them, but obviously work. But I wasn't seeing my daughter. And it was a very sad time because, I just had a baby girl and I wanted to spend more time. So one day I was handling the silent auction at one of the big galas for the Boys and Girls Club at the Biltmore Hotel. And my job was to just break the ice with people. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you're looking at this particular memorabilia. Try to tell them, where the money's going to go, how it's going to help the kids, how it's going to help the programs. And one day, this lady told me, she's like, hey, what do you do? And I'm like, I work for the Boys and Girls Club. I'm here to, help with the silent auctions. She's like, no, really? Well, what do you do? I'm like, oh, well, I work for the school district too, and I do this and this and that. She's like, no. She's like, you know what? She's like, you'll be a great realtor one day. You should try it. And I'm like, what? I was like, you know what? That's a great idea, because my wife and I were just talking about taking the classes to become a realtor. And that was the kickstart of my real estate career. Like, that put the gears in motion. It was one of the most surreal things, because it was always in the back of my head and somebody called me out on it, out of the blue. And so I did do that. But there was a lot of things that I had to give up in order for me to pursue something like this, because I had to say, unfortunately, after 16, 17 years at the district with retirement and all that good stuff, I had to say, you know what? I have to jump ship. This is not cutting it for me. And then the same thing with the Boys and Girls Club.
Was it hard?
It was extremely difficult, because I put my heart and soul into not only the Boys and Girls Club, and made some great relationships with a lot of those kids and the staff, and not only that, a number of years in the school district financially. And then one day I did start real estate part-time, and it wasn't good enough. But one day, as I was making that transition, I was looking for teams. And back in the day, it was Rudy's team that popped up. And it was right next, because I grew up in Monterey Park. I moved to Roseby with my wife, and this was literally this office right around the corner from my house. And I came because I was kind of interviewing brokers and seeing what was going to be beneficial for me. And one thing that Rudy told me was, you know what, man, you have the personality, but there's one thing that you're gonna have to do. He's like, you're gonna have to go all in. He's like, the only way you're gonna be able to progress and really get started in this career is to go all in. That means burn the boats, leave everything else behind, and you gotta be 100% in this business. He's like, if not, it's just not gonna work. And I was like, okay, but wait, I gotta talk to my wife. And I went back to her and she's like, look, honey, she's like, I got you. I got the benefits now, and let's make this happen. She gave me the green light, and that's all she wrote. I do everything for my family. They drive me. I appreciate the camaraderie. That's what keeps me going. I heard this one thing that somebody said, that when you're working with people, you're their advisor. You're not trying to sell them. And that's what I don't do. I don't sell them. I don't try to present myself like I'm some big, awesome, amazing real estate agent with all the bling and all the shiny objects and a nice car. I don't need to sell people to help them. I do help them is by making them understand about real estate. It's a process. It's something that you're looking for to satisfy whatever why, right? Why? Why are you gonna buy a house? Why are you gonna sell a house? Why are you doing things? How can I make that process easier for you? And I break it down from the beginning to the middle to the end, and even after a transaction, and let them know I'm going to be there to answer every single question. And if I don't know the answer, which is a little bit rare sometimes, but everything, I'm always in the learning process anyway. But if I don't have the answer, I'll find the answer, and I'll find the answer right away. And if we're almost at the finish line and something doesn't make sense, or we find out something or whatever, it's not about the commission. It's not about we're about to close or something like that. It's about, okay, are you sure this is the decision you want to go to? Okay, then we still have this, and that. If it's not the right fit, no problem. We can cancel escrow, or we can stop looking for this particular style of property. We can go do what you want to do. It's not what I want to do. It's what you want to do and how I can help you get there. My biggest strength is actually building relationships and listening to people. Because if I don't listen to what their wants and needs are, and it's all about my wants and needs, the game's over. I wouldn't have lasted 12 years in real estate. I probably could have, but I wouldn't be a good realtor. I wouldn't be a good person, period. It's not about me. It's about how I can help you. It's not about me either. Like, even on my personal life, it's not about me. It's about my family. How can I help my family? I wear my personality on my sleeve, and people can see that. From very high-end businessmen, investors, to the person who's going to buy a $50,000 plot of land. They can see that I care about what that transaction is going to do for them, right? It's not for me. And that's the way I build these relationships, to make them understand that, hey, I'm here to help you 24/7. People say, oh, 24/7? Yeah, why not? Some of my clients travel abroad. Some of them go to Asia, some of them go to Mexico, some of them just travel. Anthony, it's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it's midnight. Do you think you could be available for a call? Yes, no problem. Right? Why not? If I help you as best as I can, that's going to help me and my family. Right? That's going to help me and my team. And that's what I do, and that's what I bring to the table every single day. Always believe in yourself. Never feel like you have all the answers. Never feel like you're supposed to have all the answers and everything. One of the greatest things about this team, especially when I started, was when I didn't have the answers, there was somebody right next to me that was a partner that really extended a helping hand. Because they knew I was trying, but they knew that there's all these challenges when learning. And they were kind enough to give me their time to help me build who I am now today. The biggest challenge I have overcome has been doubting myself, doubting that maybe this business is not for me. Because in every business, if you don't experience the ups and downs, personally, professionally, when you're in those valleys, you question yourself. Thank God I was able to rebuild myself time and time again, stay positive, always keep my family and my faith and everything as close to me as possible. And those are the things that help me overcome those peaks and valleys. The clients that really surprised me, that are still clients today, are people I had absolutely nothing in common. People that had a totally different background. People who 99% of the family spoke another language, but the main one, we obviously spoke English. I'll tell you about this one client. I met him back in the day, and they were a family that bought and sold properties everywhere. And they literally interviewed me at one of my open houses. And it seemed like they were kind of interested in me and a little bit impressed on how I talked. And I was just doing my thing, right? I'm like talking to you, but there's the whole family surrounded. There's probably like 12 of them. They roll deep. Yeah, like 10 or 12 of them, and me.
Okay.
And they're all looking at me with very, very minimal expressions, except the main one. And they would talk to me, and then he would communicate in Chinese and ask me more questions. And I could tell they kind of knew what I was talking about because I was getting good. They're like, oh, yeah, I could hear them saying, oh yeah, good, right, good. And this was years ago. And they're like, okay, Anthony, come to this location. I'm going to show you one of the houses that we have. Okay. And then it became 2 houses. Then it became 3 houses. Then it became 10 houses. And I was just like, wow. And every time there was that moment where I had to tell them the breakdown, right? Again, I'm not selling them. I'm taking them through the process of what they really want to hear, right? What's going on from the beginning to the middle to the end and after the transaction, right? And they kept on bringing me more properties, and they kept on starting to buy more properties. And then one day they took me, they're like, hey, we're going to Vegas. And I'm like, you're going to Vegas? What are you doing in Vegas? Oh, we're buying and selling properties out there. I'm like, no way. By the way, I'm getting my license in Vegas. I wasn't, but right after that call, I called up, how do I get my license in Vegas? And I got my license, and we were buying and selling properties out there. And it just snowballed for many years, till today. The one greatest thing about that experience was, it doesn't matter where we come from. It doesn't matter who the other side's going to be. All that matters is if I am representing their best interest 100%. And they read me and they said, you know what, let's work together. And ever since then, it's been like, I don't know, like 8-9 years now. I love to play golf.
Yeah.
I like to spend time with my family, and most importantly, I love to spend time with my best friend, who's my wife, Veronica. We have a blast, and we can have a blast just about anywhere. My free time that I spend with my family and my wife is the best, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, all the time.
Yeah.
My favorite destinations in Mexico are Mazatlan and La Paz. I'm a beach guy. It's hot. I love summertime. That's another thing that gets my positive attitude going is I love the heat. I love summer. I love the beach, and it's that good transition, right? And in real estate, a lot of people are upsizing, downsizing, moving because of school or moving because of work. So it's a lot of energy. That's my favorite food. Lengua tacos. One thing on my bucket list that I haven't done yet that I've always wanted to do was go to, I think it's in Utah, Monument Row, and just sit there. Monument Row, I think it's called, in Utah, I believe. It's just the desert. It's a national park, yeah.
Okay.
What I would tell myself 10 years ago in the past. I would say that what I would tell myself would be always believe in yourself. No matter what happens, no matter how many times you drop the ball, no matter how many times you think that people support you and then didn't, just keep on pushing forward, because that's what will get you to greatness, and that will lead you to a great relationship with your wife, your family, and God. So my name is Anthony Granados. I grew up in Monterey Park, Alhambra, San Gabriel area. I went to school at San Gabriel Mission Grammar School in the beautiful city of San Gabriel. Went to St. Paul High School in Santa Fe Springs. Was a little bit kind of everywhere, but the greatest times when I was growing up is playing sports at Almanzar Park, baseball, played some football in high school, and grew up playing golf at Almanzar Golf Course. So those are the best times growing up.